feeling bummed out right now and you can't quite pin down the reason why, you could have seasonal affective disorder, also known as seasonal depression. Chase B. Felt talked to a clinical therapist about SAD and breaking the stigma about asking for help.
Seasonal depression is something a lot of people deal with this time of year due to the lack of daylight that we're getting. Joining today to talk about this issue is Gibby Redfield with 4C Therapeutics. Gibby, hi, thanks for joining us.
Hi, Chase. Thanks for having me.
Gibby, can you explain what seasonal affective disorder is?
Yeah, you find your mood lowering during the darker seasons, particularly fall and winter. And as the name implies, you become more sad during those darker seasons.
Okay, so what are some of the symptoms of SAD?
Yeah, there's feelings of worthlessness, guilt, irritability, loss of pleasure in activities. There may be sleeping disturbance, eating disturbance, and you may be experiencing those symptoms for a combination of at least 2 weeks, again, during the darker seasons of winter and fall.
Okay, Gibby, what can people do to mitigate those feelings that they're getting of worthlessness and everything else you mentioned?
Absolutely, and there's definitely a number of things. There's medication is helpful, exercise is helpful, also light therapy, more going out of your way to get more daylight, particularly again during fall and winter. Also, Chase, there's this very helpful acronym. It's called PERMA. The P stands for positive emotions like joy and satisfaction and happiness. E stands for engagement, really kind of leaning in to whatever you're doing at the time and soaking in the nowness. R, it's really big, and that stands for relationships. Relationships is huge, particularly with SAD, because the tendency is to try to isolate. And M stands for meaning. It can be small, medium, large, but pepper meaning and purpose to what you do and activities to what you do throughout the week. The last letter is A, accomplishments. Your mood tends to brighten when you do little things. Do the dishes, chores, run an errand, exercise.
Okay, Gibby, that being said, what should somebody do if they're just feeling generally unhappy or feeling depressed? Is it okay to ask others for help?
Absolutely. Therapy is tremendously helpful. And I want to dispel the notion that asking for help is a sign of weakness. Quite the opposite. It's a sign of strength. It's a sign of courage. And we all need help throughout. So yes, ask for help. That's very important.
If you or a loved one is having suicidal thoughts, call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. The number is 1-800-273-8255.